Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
New discovery in pyramid stuns scientists, may prove Ben Carson right after all. The left went absolutely crazy when Ben Carson said the pyramids were used for grain storage. They literally lost their collective minds. As if they would know. Look, history is murky and oftentimes the next generation uses what the ancients built for different purposes. Look at Stonehenge. So it was more than annoying to see the left come out in unison to bash Ben for saying the pyramids were used or could have been used to store grain. And now, according to a stunning new report from National Geographic, archaeologists just discovered a massive secret room in the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now before the left goes nuts on me, let me be clear, I am not saying Ben is correct. I am saying they found a huge new room inside the pyramid they did not know was there before, and they don't know what it was used for. It certainly could have been used to store grain, whether for the pharaoh in the afterlife, or even for the people who lived there later and took advantage of the structure. Point is, we don't know. But the left thinks they know everything. And they do not. For if they did, Hillary would be president. And last I checked, she was traveling the world on her book tour, better known as Hillary's Tour of Blame. This is definitely the discovery of the century, archaeologist and Egyptologist Yukin Rekawi told National Geographic Emerging Explorer. There have been many hypotheses about the pyramid, but no one even imagined that such a big void is located above the Grand Gallery. The chamber is 153 feet long and is 26 feet high. It is the first massive unknown inner chamber found inside the almost 5,000-year-old structure since the 1800s. Proving liberals did not know everything. And just maybe they owe Ben Carson an apology. Share if you agree. Hillary Clinton just admitted everything after lying about it for month after month. Failed presidential candidate Hillary Clinton admitted to paying for the Russia dossier on The Daily Show. She defended it as opposition research and said that Trump talking to the Russians is way worse. I mean, he has to know. We'll find out what he knew and how involved he was, but he had to know that people were making outreach to Russians to the highest levels of the Kremlin, in order to help him, to hurt me, but more importantly to sow this divisiveness, Hillary said. Hillary actually said that Trump had to know that people were talking to the Russians. Hillary is so off the wall with this. She needs to go back to hiding in the woods. She bought the dossier, which is now being used as basis for the Mueller probe. So I know that voters should have had that information. That's something that may have influenced some people, Hillary said. Hillary is so frickin' arrogant. Let's send her a message. Share this if you think she should go away. Comment lock her up below. That should work. Pope Francis considers massive change to centuries-old practice that just may save Catholic Church. Pope Francis just made the first move that may save the Catholic Church. The Church is still popular, especially in developing countries where it literally does God's work. But the rule against letting priests marry has held them back and has left many a black eye on the Church's reputation. Many priests leave and get married, some in scandal. Or worse, many priests turn to other, disgusting ways, to deal with their sex urges. With the numbers of priests declining and young priests ever more scarce, Catholics the world over have pleaded with church leaders to let priests marry. It is time. It is an old law that is not central to the faith, even though it seems like it after all these centuries. The Pope has said, according to the Telegraph, that this is a question of the discipline of the Church, rather than dogma, meaning that it can be discussed. And in earth-shattering news, the Telegraph is reporting from Vatican sources that Pope Francis is not only considering changing the rule, he is calling a conference to debate the matter. Right now this would most probably apply to rural areas, like the backwaters of Brazil. As it is the Brazilian cardinals who cannot find enough priests to serve the rural areas as paganism is taking root. So the Pope wants to know what other Brazilian church leaders think before he makes a decision. And if he allows it in Brazil, it will spread fast and literally save the church. The Pope called the debate after Brazilian cardinals asked him to change the rule, citing lack of priests to carry out their mission. He will allow only the cardinals from Brazil to vote and influence his decision, and they will surely vote in favor, which will, at least for that area, lift the ban. But as I said, once it becomes church law, there will no stopping it from spreading. And it will save the church. Share if you agree. HT New York Post. What this man just leaked about Black Lives Matter needs to get to the president ASAP. It looks like another Black Lives Matter activist just woke up to reality. He figured out that his buddies in Black Lives Matter are just pawns of George Soros. The man goes by the name of Chaziel Sons and recently posted a video that is going viral. Chaziel Sons, they got US working for them. How they get US is they playing US emotionally. They getting anybody. WHO basically doesn't like Donald Trump to fight for war that is being started on American turf very, very soon. And they want US to be a part of their side. What I'm trying to get the black population to understand, and this is critical, is the movement has been compromised. BLM is not actually a black organization and never was. If you have any kind of brain, you know BLM is endorsed by the Soros and Clinton family. This is just excellent. It's very refreshing that someone in BLM finally woke the hell up. Share this so it gets to Trump. We need to make it go so viral that everyone stops associating with Black Lives Matter. SmackDown writes, after this reporter asked most insulting question, McMaster took him to the woodshed. President Trump's national security advisor, H.R. McMaster, came out today, during a rare press conference, to address reporters on a broad range of issues, chief among them foreign policy in the Middle East, South America, and Cuba. Watch now as McMaster sets the record straight after a most ignorant question. The reporter accuses President Trump of not caring about individual rights, then calls him a dictator. As you just saw, McMaster couldn't have been more clear. The president wants to advance human rights, individual freedom, and the rule of law. This is extremely important to the president, he stated. However, that reporter was obviously tone deaf and blinded by his own bias to push his own narrative that President Trump doesn't care about the rights of others. This is what the media would have you believe. But when you hear the truth directly from McMaster's mouth, their narrative falls apart and the left-wing media continues to make the same mistakes that cost them the election. Share this out 10,000 times and let's crush the narrative. Betrayed. Elizabeth Warren just stared into the camera and drove a knife through Hillary's back. The Democrats had an exciting day Thursday after former interim Democratic National Committee Chairwoman Donna Brazile came forward to give evidence that the Hillary Clinton campaign rigged the 2016 primary in Hillary's favor. For anyone who was paying attention last year, these revelations come as no surprise. The DNC's own hacked emails had already indicated some very shady dealings towards the Sanders campaign. But it's good to at least have some confirmation and to see the Democrats fracture under and fighting. Case in point, Senator Elizabeth Warren, DMA. Warren was being interviewed by CNN's Jake Tapper on Thursday. Tapper asked her one question before the interview wrapped up. Very quickly, Senator, do you agree with the notion that it was rigged? Warren's reply was immediate and firm. Yes. Watch it here and see for yourself. Ouch. Warren has some serious capital on the left, and if she is turning on Hillary, the DNC, and their leadership, things are going to start looking really bad for the Democrats. Frankly, I couldn't be happier. Share this out if you're loving seeing the Democrats crash and burn. H.T. Washington Examiner.